Today, I'm going to present about my topic name as expense tracker. As you can see, myself name is using Gawas. As you can see, my Twitter account at XO. That X account is Prathamesh Gawas. I live from, I basically live in Goa, India. And as per date, today 16 August 2025, I will give my most gratitude to David J. Malan and Harvard Society for giving me this opportunity to develop this project, also providing me the courses named as Programming with Python with the help of computer science. So let's begin. So I'm going to start my code space again. Letting it loading. Loading. The code space and the project is also been uploaded in the repository of CS50 Harvard. Name as I think project folder. As you can see, two files expenses.json, project.py, readme for markup, requirement.txt, which for example, if there are any modules which I want to install are being mentioned here, and the test project.py for debugging purpose. So what is use case of expense tracker? It is a simple console-based program to record expenses, amount, category, description. I think I've been the rookie in it, so I have developed a small, not one for a GUI. So yeah, a simple console-based program to record expenses, amount, category, description, and it is to store them in a file which has been added as you can see in the pointer name as expenses.json. And with the help of it, you can view a list of expenses and see a summary of category. Example, if there is food, you have spent on food, then it will display as 500, whatever you have spent in food. And you can get total expense um, what you have done on your daily expense. So this can be used personally daily expense tracking or in a which I have done in my small project demo. What is this when working? When the program starts, it shows a menu with option add list, summary, total exit. If you choose add expense, it will ask amount, category, description, etc. If you choose least expenses, it loads all from expenses.json and display them. If you choose summary by category, it adds up amount per category and prints total. If you choose total expenses, it sums all amount and shows the total. So the file expenses.json ensures data persistence between runs. So we will go for a line by line explanation for each of this code. So as you can see, I have imported JSON file so you can read write expenses in JSON format in a structured text file. And OS has been installed used to check if the JSON file exists before loading. Okay. And we have created a name as a file name as expenses.json. It has been declared as global variable. So the name of the file where expenses are stored. As you can see, the main program loop in it, we have implemented while true, so it goes on infinite loop, keeps showing menu until user exits. It also prints menu options, it takes user input choices and removes spaces. For example, if you add spaces, then it will remove it for a better way of taking input as well. As you can see in the choice section, it depending on choice calls the right function. If you press 5 or enter 5, then it will breaks the loop and exits the program. If input is invalid, it will print invalid choice. Is in the definite as we define an add expense function here. It asks user for amount and it is converted to float. For example, if you enter into an int variable, then it will be converted into float. And category is cleaned and we have taken the input of category also, and it is stripped and converted into capital. If something white spaces have been added, then it will be removed. And description is also the input of description has been taken by removing its white spaces. Now we will go for the expenses and below the expenses. And as you can take a look for this section, expenses equal to load. It loads the current expenses from the file, whatever your new data has been added, and it adds the new dictionary. So as you can see, the new dictionary file has been added in it. All the data which you have been added will be in the form of dictionary on .json file. As you know, it saves. In this save data function, it will save the data back to the file, and the message is being given for completing your operation. So let's back to the another function name as the definition list expenses. Definition list expenses. It loads the expenses what you have done through expenses or JSON file. So you can you can evaluate what are the expenses which you have done past month or past whatever years you have done. So if there is no any expenses or no any expenses you have done or no money if you have made, then it will be printed as no expense record. For example, else we have taken a for loop I exp enumerate other enumerate for enumerating the expenses in a numerical manner. So it will display the expenses in this format: exp amount, exp category, and exp description. So, and as you can see, the depth summary by category, it will summarize the category and loads the expenses. It creates an empty dictionary as a summary, loops through each expenses, adds amount under the correct category. So it can be useful for you to display those categories or expenses which you have done in your past days or past month or you, whatever. If there is not any summary or there is no any data, it will be printed as no expense recorded or otherwise prints each category with total amount. In these are total expenses. In a total expenses function, it loads all the expenses, uses the sum with generator expression to add all amounts. So whatever you have done expenses, total expenses can be add up and be generated towards you and returns the total. For the file ending, and this load data consists of the file ending. If the file exists, it opens in read mode, and JSON.load app is used to convert a JSON file into Python list of dictionaries. If there is no file, then it will be written as an empty list, which has been displayed here. As you can see in a save data file, save data file, it opens the files in the write mode to save the data, and JSON.dump is used to save the Python list as JSON with indentation for readability. And lastly, there is an entry point of a program which you can see. It runs the main only file executed directly, not imported. So we will go for the test project.py. Test.project. The main use of the test.project.py is used as a debugging code. Um, it is used. It can be useful for developer to check if that current project is working correctly or not. Make sure the logic doesn't break if the code changes. So it can be run with a testing framework like PyTest or many people installation models, etc. What is the main working of it? Each case the function checks one part of the program, saves sample expenses to file, and etc. And the main use of the test project.py is used to for developer to verify project.py works as expected. So we will say it briefly about test project.py. Test project.py First of all, we could go for this. I've been thinking about what should I explain first. So we will go for import. We import the query.py which has been created in it to call the function. So this test total expenses, dash total expenses is used to create a sample data set to expenses. Save it using save data. It is saved using save data and call the total expenses and check if the result is 150. So we can use for checking it very well. Test summary by category. It creates a data set with three expenses. So three expenses, two food or one travel as well, whatever, and it saves it. So we can test the summary by the category to check how we can represent it. So next is about expenses is equal to project.load the data, which you can see here. It loads the save expenses, builds a summary dictionary. I think it is done manually, like summary by category, through summary by categories. So def test load and save. Uh, Test load and save is useful for saving a single expenses. It loads it back, assert save and loaded are the same verifies file read write work. In short, you can say that project.py is a real program users run and test project.py is a verification code developers run with PyTest. So we will go for project to run. As you can please see the terminal so you can get an idea. As you can see here, I have done previously I have run this code. As you can see, the data which you have entered is been in the form of JSON file. So whatever data you have entered in your program or application, it will be stored in dictionary file. And if you want to read that data or if you want to print that data, the data will be fetched from the JSON file. So we will write to run it. First of all, we will run by using Python command that's project.py. We will ignore test.py because it is not so important for us. It is useful for the debugging purpose and useful for the CS50 clients or users to check if it is running or not. So it will run by using project.py. No, I think we have not loaded the workspace, so we will change the directory as project. So we have in a wrong. So we have to cd 111 771 6721. Oh, we are entering it, so we will go for the project name as project folder name of the project. Run the code at project.py. As you can see, there are expense tracker which have been listed here. First of all, we will add the expense as one. Enter amount as we will enter the amount. For example, as 4,000. If you have entered the category, for example, food description, we will add it with friends. Expenditure has been added. As you can see, the data which you have entered has been reflected in our JSON file. And you can see also, and you can see here, the loop is in the loop is not ended till we have enter exit. So we can do again. For example, if you want to add again, the expense has been added again. For example, if you had enter amount as 9,000, enter category as loan installment, enter description, bank. As you can see, expense has been added in the description here. If you want to list the expenses which we have done, we will click to. So as you can see, the expenses which we have done for the past year, the next year. If you want to summarize the category, then we will enter 3. So as you can see, the according to the category, the data is being represented and expense has been tracked. If you want to check the total expenses which we have done past, so you can click 5. Oh, I have mistakenly, I think, exited. So again, we will run it. Enter 4. As you can see, my total expenses is reflected here. If you can see, so after pressing 5, we will get exited. So this is my project which we have done. As you can see, this is my full code or workflow about how the project works and how it does. So that's it. And first of all, I'm deeply grateful to Harvard and Professor David J. Malan for creating CS50 and to the entire CS50 team and community for making computer science accessible and inspiring. This course has not only strengthened my programming skill, it also shaped my way of thinking about problem solving. I think the blend of creativity and encouragement throughout the journey has been transformative. Thank you, CS50, for sparking curiosity, discipline, and the joy of learning that I will carry forward in my career and life. I will hope so. You will evaluate my this video and my program or many projects I have done so far during this certification course. I am very glad if you evaluate my expertise. So thank you. Bye.